All right, everybody. We are live. Fresh Takes Podcast with Russo and Felice. I am Paul Russo. Across from me, as always, the man, the myth, stylish legend himself tonight, Nick Felice. Nick, how you doing? It's been a few days since I've seen you, so how you doing?
How's it going, Paul?
Good.
Are we truly live?
We are live.
But to the people who are watching, we're 5 seconds behind for what we are saying. Like, literally, I'm going to say this. They're going to hear it 5 seconds later. Is anything truly live?
I'm going to leave this awkwardly on you for a second.
But yeah, welcome on in. Another episode of the Fresh Takes with Felice and Russo podcast. What's your name first?
I don't know. I feel like we've been over this before.
Yeah, we have. You know, you get paid more than me too. No, just kidding. But
you're getting paid?
Yeah, we got a good show on hand.
We do.
Might be some MLB breaking news.
We have a knack of that.
What else? What happens? A train might go by. Yeah.
But we have the NFL, college football, baseball. I have my quick key things back working again. This is great.
Not to jump ahead, NFL. The betting lines this week going to be a little tough. Last man standing, not as tough because there's not that many great games during the day.
Some
good primetime games.
I just accidentally exited out of YouTube here on accident.
We're not live anymore?
I might have accidentally have done something here.
I told you, you're never truly live.
Well, hold on here, Nick. We're gonna ride this thing out for a hot second.
Well, if we are still live, I will fill some airtime here.
Keep going, Nick.
My name is Nick Felice, if you do not know.
All right, we're good.
Okay.
We're good.
All right. Yeah.
Just had a bit of a blunder. Don't mind me.
Yeah, the betting lines this week going to be tough because during the day, on Sunday, there's not some great game. There's some could be some blowouts, but the prime time this week, pretty good games. And I'm talking about Jacksonville, Cincinnati in a couple days. Gonna be a good one. And then obviously Tom Brady comes home, and then that's on Sunday, and then big fantasy day for me on Monday, Chargers Raiders. So I'm looking forward to that. Got a lot of guys in that game, but I guess are we jumping right into it? Week 3.
Well, I mean, it depends. Do we have anything in the opening here we want to discuss, or?
Congrats to the United States of America on winning the
Big
Ryder Cup.
Yep.
Yes. DeChambeau, never the biggest fan, but he's part of the team. So Colin Morikawa sunk the game-winning putt. So congrats to him. Always a good, we were favored coming in. Still haven't won in Europe since 1993, which I believe was, I think I was counting the other day, it's like 13 Ryder Cups ago.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's too many. I don't know. It's been a while. I know the year was 1933. Or not 1933. 1993 in Europe. That was the last time we won in Europe. So, but congrats to the United States on winning another cup. We're the President Cup champs. We dominate the presidents. Good to get the Ryder. But no, that's really it. It's hard to believe NBA, NHL is going to be back here in a couple weeks.
Mm-hmm. NHL
preseason
started tonight.
Yeah, it did. The Knicks play in a week from today as well. So NBA preseason right around the corner.
I hit the wrong button.
We have a good guest on hand, I guess.
I'm a mess.
He's all over the place, America. But we're excited because I cannot believe it's already a month into the NFL season.
Kind of.
Yes, kind of. Kind of. Once this week's over, technically a month of the college football season.
Yeah.
Actually, over if you count week 0.
Mm-hmm.
But, which I do. But how about Syracuse Orange?
Well, we were going to start with the NFL. That backfired on you, Nick. Anyway, locally speaking, tremendous win by the Buffalo Bills. I was there to witness it.
Yeah, talk about that.
I was, I was the only person in the Bud Light Sweet area rocking a Washington jersey. I think I was one of only 2 fans in that area that were Washington football fans.
You were one of 2 fans in the entire stadium.
No, I definitely was not. Big ups. Hey, Bills fans, you exceed my expectations. I'm proud of you. Except for the one guy who did want to fight the poor person wearing the Tom Brady Patriots jersey, even though I do agree that person was probably asking for it. But, yeah. Hey, I think
was
the Bills...
it Tom Brady Bucks jersey?
No. Patriots.
Yeah.
Anyway, really good game by the Bills, offensively and defensively. Josh Allen, certainly I think found his form from last year this past week. Threw the ball with a really nice crispness to it. And big ups to throwing Emmanuel Sanders in the time machine a little bit this past week for Josh Allen. So, the experience overall, though, Nick, to answer it quickly, great. Shout out Matt. Shout out Sessler. It was nice, really, pretty much not having to pay for anything. So,
how was the bus ride? Good bus? Was it a party bus?
It was actually an RV.
Oh.
Yeah. But it was nice. Not going to lie to you. Really nice. But in retrospect, could have definitely brought a deck of cards. But not going to complain. We got there. We played some cornhole a little bit. Tailgated a little bit. Went in. And, certainly had a fun time.
How was breaking the seal? Because I get nervous about that long ride to Buffalo sometimes. And I have to pee.
Well, for me anyway, I was fine.
Yeah,
I'm not going to throw anybody under the proverbial recreational vehicle bus here, but let's just say somebody did break the seal fairly early on.
Really? Mm-hmm. Oh, man.
Look, we don't have to say the person's name on here, but we both know him, so.
That's the worst nightmare. One of my worst is because it's happened to me multiple times, having to pee on a long bus ride. I don't want to be that guy to say let's pull over.
Yeah, but most places have... Oh, you're talking... Wait, what? Now I'm confused.
I was talking about, did you have to go to the bathroom on the way there?
No. Well, not until, we got there.
See, that's right.
I'm confused about what you're saying now. Are you talking, back in the day, on, say, a school bus or something? Or,
Yeah, I guess a school bus.
Because, most...
Any long bus rides, I'm telling you, if I'm drinking before the ride... How
many long bus rides have you been on that's involved drinking?
A couple concerts to Darien Lake.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, those were...
Fair enough.
Those were bad.
You were really confusing me there for a hot second.
Oh, man, it's just,
Because I know you're not hopping on a Greyhound and going someplace, so...
No, this is tough. I just remember I had to go to the bathroom the last half hour of that ride, and it's the worst feeling in the world. But if we're going down this dark path, there was one time on the school bus.
Oh, Jesus.
that I had to go to the bathroom so bad. It was the longest school bus ride of my entire life. Oh, man. I always will remember that day. Now I have the most patience.
It was 3 days ago.
But, yeah, I'm glad you had a good time. I'm not buying the Bills. I will never buy the Bills. Let's not forget here, Buffalo Bills fans.
Oh, boy.
You have beaten 2 backup quarterbacks the last 2 weeks, and Big Ben should be a backup, and you lost him. You lost to Jacoby Brissett, who's absolutely terrible.
They didn't lose to Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah. Well, 2-0. He got knocked down in the first quarter.
Yeah, but then
they beat him.
Yeah.
They beat him. Yeah, they beat Jacoby Brissett, and they beat Taylor Heineke. Nothing against Taylor Heineke. He beat a Giants team that lost to a terrible Atlanta Falcons team at home. So that's what tells you about the Giants. And the Eagles suck, too.
I'm really confused. You're losing me.
What I'm saying is the Bills, I'm not buying the Bills this last 2 weeks. They beat 2 backup quarterbacks. They beat Jacoby Brissett and they beat Taylor Heineke. Until they beat someone good, I'm buying them this year. I'm never buying them, but Josh Allen's good. Has no weapons. I don't care what people say. I was hearing on the radio, I think yesterday, I got so mad when they're like, because of what you said him, Emmanuel Sanders, the game he had. And they said he's a third option. And after Cole Beasley is the second, Cole Beasley, you're second? It's not good options. They got to start using the running game better.
I don't think Cole Beasley's gotten his first yet.
No.
But all right, I'll show myself out now.
But, no, I still don't think he has enough weapons. Nope. I'm not buying on him until he beats someone good. Washington needs to figure out that defense.
I don't think it's a defense. You have to look at the time possession aspect with that. At one point, the Bills' time of possession was 30-plus minutes and Washington was under 15. The offense just literally was just so quick on and off the field that the defense was just on the field consistently. I don't care how good of a defense you got, you're not going to be able to do anything if your defense can't get off the field. Mm-hmm. But that goes back to my main issue with Washington kind of at the start was that we just don't have a quarterback. I think Heineke showed, why I don't trust him all that much. So we'll see. I don't know.
Tough environment.
Yeah. If Heineke is as good as people think he is, that should have been nothing for him. No, nothing should be anything for him. But
gotta get a couple more starts. What's he had? 5 career starts?
It's not really the point. He's a backup for a reason.
Mm-hmm. That's what he is, a backup. And that's who the Bills beat, a backup.
Dude, we could have had, I think, take your pick of any top flight quarterback. I think the Bills are just destined to win that game. Defensively, they played really well. And offensively, they were just on all cylinders pretty much. Could make a case that probably their running game was a little bit off, but they didn't run the ball all that much. They didn't have to. So, hey, that's the Josh Allen that you expect every week is what you got.
It's also a franchise that's not familiar with a franchise. Washington and Buffalo do not play each other that often, and Washington does not go to Buffalo.
If this was 1980 whatever, I'd buy that argument. But there's enough technology now that argument's out the window. Scouting reports have gotten so good that's not.
So this is around the horn. You're selling it.
I'm selling what you are saying. Yes, absolutely. I'm selling.
All right, point. But my
mute. I actually have you on mute, so joke's on you.
My biggest takeaway from this week 3, is actually I'm going to say a statement. It's going to be a hot take.
Okay.
Because this is the fresh takes,
mm-hmm.
and this is a hot take. The Kansas City Chiefs are going to miss the playoffs.
Wow.
You heard it from me. Yep. I know I'm the guy that said the New York Jets are going to win the division. But Paul also said the New Jersey Devils are going to go to the Stanley Cup.
I don't know who said that.
But you have to listen to me here. The Kansas City Chiefs, and in the division that they are in, and with the defense that they have, is not going to add up to a playoff team. I don't care what Patrick Mahomes does. He's the reason they might still make the playoffs. He's the only reason they still might make the playoffs. But that division is so tough. You got the Chargers and you got the Raiders. And I can argue that the Chargers and the Raiders are the 2 best teams in the AFC. They are the 2 best teams in the AFC.
That's scorching hot.
There is a great chance, an excellent chance, that it will be Chargers-Raiders in the AFC title game this year. with a coin flip to decide who wins. I'm so high on these teams. Like I said, I know I have a lot of fantasy players, so I'm excited for Monday night. People should be more hyped about Monday night this week than Sunday night, regardless of my fantasy. Who cares about Tom Brady's return to New England? People should be talking about this Monday night game because it is a preview of the AFC Championship game in 2022. Chargers, Raiders, everyone should have their eyes on their television because it's going to be a great game. It's going to be back and forth, not going to be a lot of defense. And it's going to be a great game. I don't think the Chiefs are even in the same class as these two teams right now defensively. And, I think they're the two best teams. I think Buffalo, Cleveland, Baltimore.
You forgot your Jets.
No, not the Jets. Cleveland, Buffalo, and Baltimore are right behind with Kansas City. Kansas City's right behind too. But I think those are all playoff teams, if that's possible.
Denver. It's not.
It is possible. There's 3 wild cards. Cleveland or Baltimore is the one, and the other 2 is the 2 in the West. And Buffalo and Tennessee will win the divisions. And that would be your playoffs.
I mean, I think Cleveland's the best team in the AFC.
Oh, let me hear it.
Let you hear it.
Let me hear your reason.
But you legitimately think that the Chargers and Raiders are the 2 best teams in the AFC?
I think the Chargers. I said coin flip. I think the Chargers are the best team in the AFC.
But why?
I think just offensively, that team is unstoppable. They are. They really are. I think Justin Herbert is arguably top 5 quarterback in the game when the season ends. I mean, we'll hear your reason for Cleveland. I've already said my reason.
Cleveland's defense is really freaking good. Nick Chubb. Baker's good. That O-line's the best it's been in our lifetimes. And they're the real deal. They've proven that they can do it. It's pretty simple. I don't necessarily disagree with where you're coming from with what you're saying about the Raiders and Chargers, right? But we know, 1, it's the Raiders, and 2, the Chargers have not played exactly great football by any stretch.
I mean, they beat the Chiefs.
Okay, fine. If you want to just go by that, then fine. Sure, you're right, exactly. But visually, they aren't playing great football.
I don't know. I think they got the best offense in the game. I think they got. I do like the Raiders' offense. I think these offenses are so good that they're going to be the top teams in the AFC. I think I'll be rooting for the Raiders. I'm a Raiders guy, but I think the Chargers are better. The Raiders are better right now. I'm going to be rooting for the Raiders, but I don't know. I think you got to watch out for these 2 teams. And Monday night, people should be tuning in because that's going to be a great game. And I could care less about Sunday night. I don't care about some 50-year-old dude coming home because he's down south now. But this should be a good game. I think Cleveland's good. But my personal opinion, Baker Mayfield's going to be the reason they don't make the Super Bowl. Because they have everything else. They have a great defense. They have a great running back. The receivers are all right.
Anyway, hot takes quick about Big Ben looking awful and maybe the Rams.
Okay, yes. Haven't even started. When I'm talking about these 2 teams, I'm talking about AFC. The favorite to win the Super Bowl is the Los Angeles Rams. They're the favorite to win the Super Bowl right now because of the one and only Matthew Stafford. What he has already done to that offense has made him the favorite. If you got Cooper Kupp on your fantasy team, you're a lucky man because he throws to him all the time. I do not have Cooper Kupp, but I wish I had Matthew Stafford, and he should be the front runner for MVP. He should be the front runner for MVP. They're going to run away with their division. Hard to say that because of how good their division is, but they're going to run away with that. I think they can be 15-2. I think this Rams team's that good. They're going to be number 1 seed. They've already been to the Super Bowl with Jared Goff just a few years ago. Sure, Packers will be there. The Buccaneers will be in there because they got a loaded team. Not because of Brady. It's because they got a loaded team because of Brady, who got in there. But they have a loaded team. Wouldn't sleep on the Saints. But the thing you've seen it already this year with Jameis Winston, he is inconsistent. Like to see the Seahawks turning around, slow start, just like the Chiefs. They lost some close ones. Obviously not sold on the Cowboys. Never will be. I don't know. I think the North really sucks other than the Packers. The South is the Bucks, and then you got the Saints. But that's right, Sam Darnold and the Cleveland. Sam Darnold and the Carolina Panthers, though, huge game this week against the Cowboys. Sam Darnold is on a mission, but I think his mission is going to end in a first-round exit if he does make the playoffs. I don't know. I'm intrigued. Paul, who is is Cleveland your Super Bowl favorite? What do you like? You like the Rams?
I do like the Rams. I don't know though. The West. I think the West is going to beat up on each other though down the stretch. I have a hard time believing one of them will be healthy enough in that sense. I mean, I don't know. I think it's hard to not say the Bucs still probably, at least in the NFC. You know, AFC wise.
We'll never get it out.
AFC wise, I'm still probably leaning the Chiefs, but I mean they are kind of entering a weird state where they do definitely need to get a win here this week. So I think at the moment probably Cleveland or Baltimore.
Listen,
is what I would go
people
with.
Who are watching right now will never get it out of Paul, but I'll say it. Green Bay is a legit shot too.
No.
Paul will never say it, but I'll say it right now. Green Bay's good. They're not Super Bowl good, but they're good. They'll probably lose in the NFC Championship game like they always do, but Paul will never say it. I'll say it. Green Bay, watch out for them.
You're nuts. Anyway, let's get into prediction time for this week. Thursday night, Jaguars at the Bengals.
Ooh.
I'm on the Bengals.
Why, Paul?
Jacksonville sucks.
Jacksonville has lost 37 or 38 games in a row. And I think with the bright lights...
I don't think that's statistically accurate, but continue.
With the bright lights of Thursday Night Football, I think Urban Meyer, not Trevor Lawrence, James Robinson will come up to show up to play, and they will beat the Bengals on Thursday Night Football to end their 52-game losing streak.
Wrong. Titans at Jets, your first Sunday 1 o'clock game.
Like I said, here we go. We got some great games in the afternoon, but got the Titans in this one.
Same. Lions at the Bears.
Oh, my.
I see what you did there.
What's Dorothy thinking for this game?
I'm definitely taking Detroit.
I'm taking the 10-man, but I'm going to go with the Bears. Ooh, Detroit.
Unknown.
I like that pick, though.
You're going into an unknown quarterback situation there, so.
Detroit, that was a heartbreaker.
Colts at the Dolphins.
Ooh, got to go with the Dolphins.
I'm going to go with the Colts.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Brissett, no.
Washington at Atlanta.
Atlanta's terrible.
They are.
Ball.
They're awful.
Washington.
Part of me does think Washington loses this game. But I'm going Washington as well. Browns at the Vikings.
I'm going to go Browns.
Sam, we're going Browns as well. Houston comes up to Buffalo.
As much as I would love to pick the Houston Texans, I'm going to pick the Bills, beating another backup quarterback.
Jesus. Giants at the Saints.
Usually these two teams, when they play at New Orleans, it's usually Monday Night Football, and the Giants get absolutely murdered every single time. But this is a 1 o'clock game, but the result will still be the same. The Saints win.
I'm actually going to go with the Giants here.
Why?
They're in must-win territory already.
What's the verdict, Joe Judge?
And, that Saints team, they're a coin flip team. You don't know which team you're going to get from them early on here in the year. So I'm gonna go with the Giants. Panthers at the Cowboys.
Panthers. Sam Darnold. He's on a mission.
I'm gonna go with the Cowboys.
Undefeated Panthers? Come on. You got to believe it into existence.
Chiefs at the Eagles.
Chiefs? No.
I'm on Chiefs as well.
Oh, I thought you were about to say Eagles.
First of the 4:05 games, Seahawks at 49ers.
I gotta go 49ers.
I'm on the Hawks.
They need a win.
Mm-hmm. Cardinals at the Rams. Rams as well. First of the 4:25s, Ravens at Broncos.
The undefeated Broncos in the
Not after this week, Baltimore.
I got a weird feeling. I think Denver goes to 4-0 just to make it even more harder for the Chiefs.
And then Steelers at Packers.
Well, this is I did look it up the other day. There's 7 teams in the NFL that don't have cheerleaders. Those are 2 of them. Bills and Giants are also one. But I'm going to have to go with this no cheerleader matchup with the Packers.
Same Packers as well. Sunday Night Football, Buccaneers at Patriots. Tom Brady's homecoming.
I don't really care. Patriots.
Buccaneers. And then next matchup of the week, Monday Night Football, Raiders at Chargers.
Woo! Gonna get some popcorn.
Here, I'll go first so that way you have your moment. I'm on Chargers.
It's where?
It's in L.A.
See, if this was in Vegas, I would have gone with the Raiders. But I'm rooting for the Raiders. But the Chargers, I told you, Paul, they are the front runners in the AFC that win this game. Gonna be a real good one.
All right. Hope everybody tunes in for the games then, of your choosing. Week 4 of college football is in the books.
How do you not start with Syracuse is better than Clemson?
We are going to start with the Cuse. They went a last-second field goal against Liberty Friday night.
You were there.
My voice is still struggling to make a return from the game, but yeah, fun game. Big win. Nice student section again coming out, so it's really cool to see, and hopefully they can kind of continue the momentum going. But Sean Tucker, give him 44. Sean Tucker, Heisman watch. Guy is leading the ACC in rush yards, so hey, he's the real deal. That defense, playing the best defense I've seen in my lifetime. But big thanks to Hugh Freeze for choking himself out of that game pretty much. And yeah, screw Liberty. Nick, your Fighting Irish had a very nice win on Saturday. Very nice win, very big win, both for the ranking purposes and on the stat sheet. I mean, very large against Wisconsin.
Yes, coming into this game as a better. When I never got a chance to go out there. I was kind of mad, but I believe it ended plus 6.5 for Notre Dame in a neutral game against Wisconsin. 1, I couldn't believe it. 2, Jack Cohn wasn't the reason they beat Wisconsin, the old Wisconsin quarterback. And 3, Notre Dame is not going to lose this regular season. I think their last tough test is this weekend against Cincinnati. once again, an underdog to Cincinnati at home. Still can't believe it, but we'll see how good Cincy is. You know, it's always nice to see Notre Dame playing these tough games. They've won them before. They've lost them before. They get them every year. I look forward to them every year. And they got to just keep winning, because when you're Notre Dame and you have choked time and time again in those postseason games, the championships, the playoffs, and you get murdered every single time, the only way you're going to get back in there is go undefeated. And with the schedule not looking as tough anymore after this Cincinnati game, because North Carolina is terrible, USC is a mess, Stanford is average, I think if they get past Cincinnati, they're going to go undefeated once again, and they'll be in the playoffs again when all's said and done. But beating Wisconsin was huge. No, we don't play Michigan or Michigan State anymore, but playing Wisconsin this year, they were ranked, and we went there and got the win at Soldier Field in Chicago. So it was nice to see that. I was happy to watch the game, and yeah, I think it was a good win, good team win. If you had Notre Dame defense in your college fantasy football league, you had a good day, especially there at the end, but a couple pick sixes. But yeah, pleased with the win. Long way to go. Got to keep winning. You know, it's not as exciting when we don't have Clemson or Syracuse on our schedule, but I think it's every other year we'll get them. So we'll keep fighting. A lot of upsets this week. Thank goodness Notre Dame was not one of them. But yeah, if you wanna, what was your favorite upset this weekend?
Well, I suppose it depends what your term of upset would be.
Higher seed lose or whatever.
Well, I was a big fan of Arkansas, obviously.
Not shocking. Texas A&M almost lost to Colorado.
Yeah, but Arkansas, they look like the real deal.
They got a tough one this weekend.
Yep. And then NC State beating Clemson was pretty spectacular in nature.
People were saying watch out for that one. You even said it.
Yeah, I did, kind of. I liked the 10 points that NC State was getting, but... I mean, yeah, other than that, I mean, BYU had a scare late against USF on the crazy late night train Saturday night, but, I mean, other than that, you know, it was a fairly tame-ish week, in essence, but, yeah, I mean, it was a pretty, the moments this week were pretty big, it felt like, in college football, right? Obviously, Notre Dame, Syracuse, right, Arkansas. But you're seeing maybe I wouldn't know if it's a change of the guard quite yet, obviously. But now Clemson, right, the lowest they've been ranked in, I think it's like 5 years or something like that, whatever the stat is, and the highest ranked ACC team's NC State at 23. So,
and it's almost 4 years. Yeah. 4 years removed when Syracuse upset Clemson.
Yeah, on a Friday night, and guess where Clemson plays at Syracuse this year on a Friday night. Spooky season.
Hopefully they're still ranked.
I hope they're not, and Syracuse is somehow ranked.
I can say
ahead.
Justin Hill, our friend Justin Hill, he says Syracuse should be ranked with that win over Liberty.
No, they shouldn't.
He told me they should. He says the running back, like you said, is also a stud. Maybe a potential NFL stud. I don't know. My favorite upset of the week, and who'd North Carolina lose to?
Well, to be fair, Notre Dame over Wisconsin was an upset.
That was my favorite. No, it wasn't. We were 12. Wisconsin was 18.
My bad.
Thank you.
You weren't favored, though.
I was a fan. Who North Carolina lose to this week?
I don't even know.
I think Georgia Tech. They got killed.
Tech.
Yep. North Carolina fans are just getting ready for basketball season.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know.
Let's take a look at... Oh, go ahead.
Nah, I was just saying. I am a fan of Arkansas and the NC State one as well.
let's take a quick look then, Nick, at some of the key matchups of the week in college football. Game day. We'll start where game day is. We know where they will be this week.
Really? They announced it early.
Arkansas at Georgia. They will be at Athens for the 8th-ranked Razorbacks taking on the 2nd-ranked Bulldogs.
It's in Georgia.
Yep.
Ugh.
Other than that, your big matchups of the week. Ole Miss, number 12. They travel to Tuscaloosa to face the number 1 Crimson Tide of Alabama.
Lane Kiffin.
Nick, you brought it up earlier, but the Cincinnati Bearcats, they're on the road. They're heading to South Bend to face the number 9 ranked Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. In the Big 12, Baylor, number 21, the Bears are on the road to face the number 19th ranked Oklahoma State Cowboys. I think that's it. That's it ranked wise. So, at least ranked head to head.
Well, hype wise,
I'm
Syracuse, Florida State.
Personally, I'm hyped for the Louisiana Monroe Coastal Carolina matchup.
You're one of 20 people, but Syracuse, Florida State.
That'll be a big. Well, I mean, it's weird. I don't know. I haven't not looked at the line for that yet, so I will take.
I saw it was like 5.5. Florida State favored.
Florida State's favored?
Definitely.
I love being the underdog.
Unbelievable. Winless Florida State is favored.
They sleep on the orange again. What can I say?
Nice to see Schrader starting.
Yes.
You a fan of that?
Yes. They need to throw the ball more, but yes.
Do they need to bring Dungy back?
Yes. 100%.
Nassib.
Yes. Bring back Troy Nunes. Okay, that was
Paulus.
No, well, yes.
Alec Lemon.
No.
I like Alec Lemon.
That's all right. I said Troy Nunes, and that definitely went over your head.
Yeah, I don't know
The
that.
Troy Nunes one is for a very niche group of us Syracuse fans. Even though Troy Nunes is an absolute magician.
What's his name? Dwight Freeney?
He was a defensive lineman, Hall of Fame defensive lineman.
For Syracuse.
He played this college ball at Syracuse.
Who's the guys in Syracuse right now?
What do you mean?
In the pros. Good defensive player.
Oh, Chandler Jones. He's one. Zaire Franklin, another.
I think it's Chandler Jones.
Okay, for the Cardinals.
Yep. Good for him.
Yeah. Let's talk some baseball, Nick.
I can confirm. Red Sox lost tonight.
Yes, it's tremendous. There we go. I found the right cue card. Nick, there's a potential. Did you know this for a 5-way tie in the AL wildcard? Potential. I don't think it's going to happen now based on the Red Sox already losing. But let me tell you something. The fact there was almost a potential way for a 5-way tiebreak, holy crap. We would have had games 170 potentially. Anyway. Final week of the MLB regular season. Joyous for some, heartbreak for others. For Nick, you just don't care because you're a Pirates fan.
But I'm also a Mariners fan because
That's
my brother
true.
is.
We are rooting for the Mariners.
So I'm on the Mariners bandwagon right now. But please, a moment of silence for the Pirates 2021 season.
Hold on, wait, hold on. I need to take off my hat properly here. And
thank you. Now, a moment of silence for the Diamondbacks 2021 season. And now, no, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I'm rooting for the Mariners. It's going to be they need the Orioles.
Chaos Ball.
They beat the Orioles. The Orioles beat the Red Sox tonight. Obviously, I think the Mariners got to go 5-1. Yankees are up 6-2, so that's good for Yankees and the Mariners. And I don't want to sleep on it. I don't think, Paul, you should sleep on it either. But I've heard rumors of people on television saying that there's only 3 races in the MLB right now. Do you agree with that? 3 races in the MLB.
I don't see color, Nick.
How many races do you think there are in the MLB right now?
Well, let's be honest. We technically have, obviously, the AL wild card.
Yeah, that's the big one.
Technically, the AL West is still open.
But anyway,
the NL East is open.
Yeah. We got it. You got the point.
The NL wild card's open. There's actually 4 races.
Yes, there's 4. But they've been saying there's
actually
3.
Technically 5 because the NL West is still to be decided as well.
Oh yeah, that was the one they were saying.
Yeah.
Anyway, the ones they were saying is the NL East, NL West, and the AL wild card. I didn't know the NL wild card was still going on. That's still
technically speaking.
Who's still there?
Well, the Cardinals can clinch tonight, but technically it's whoever will be the second place in the West.
Cincinnati.
Second place in the West. Nick, you good?
My thing's not loading.
But, well, that's okay.
Anyway, but the AL West is still available to be taken. Either the Mariners, the Astros,
or the A's.
The A's are eliminated.
They are officially eliminated
from the division.
Oh, okay.
From the division, they can get eliminated from the wild card, but actually they can't now because the Red Sox lost. So I don't think they can get eliminated from the wild card tonight. But yeah, the A's are slipping. Money ball. But yeah, I'm rooting for the Mariners. Got to keep winning. I got the A's and the Angels. Got to root for the Orioles. They got to root for the Yankees to sweep the Blue Jays. That would be so helpful because the Red Sox can lose the Orioles. We've already seen it tonight. The Red Sox don't have an overpowering pitching staff. They don't have an overpowering hitting. They're just a good, coached team, too. So the Orioles could beat them. We've seen it tonight. The Blue Jays, who play the Orioles this weekend, are not going to lose the Orioles. Their offense is just so good compared to the Orioles' pitching that is so bad. The Orioles will not beat the Blue Jays this weekend. But the Blue Jays getting swept by the Yankees would mean that they will be out of the picture. So they need the Yankees to help them out, up 6-2, so they're helping right now. And you got to keep in mind, Paul, the Mariners have not made the playoffs since 2001. The longest active playoff drought in professional sports. Right? Professional sports, I believe. Or the Kraken. They haven't made it.
True.
They have not made it. But, yeah, longest playoff drought in professional sports. My brother's been a fan. Never seen them make the playoffs, so it'd be pretty cool if they make it. Wild card game in Yankee Stadium. Could be tough, but playoffs are playoffs. Just to be part of it, something about it. It's just special. As a Pirates fan, I hate the wild card game. As a Pirates fan, I'm hoping, no offense, I'm hoping for the Yankees and Dodgers to both lose in the wild card game, not only because they're the big markets, but if they both lost in the wild card game, they would get rid of it completely. You can mark my words, they would get rid of it and put it in a 3-game series, like we saw in last year's first round. But I'm excited. I don't really care for the other races because I just don't care. I cannot believe how good the Giants are, that they're holding off the Dodgers. Props to them. NL East do not care. NL wildcard didn't even know it was a thing. But AL West, AL wildcard is what I'm watching for because it's going to be good playoffs. Even though if the Mariners aren't in, don't know how much I'll be watching. But they're going to get in. I'm going to think they're going to get in. I think by the time we're back on the show, we could be previewing AL wildcard game. Ooh. Might have to try to, I don't know. I have to try to get the pod in a little earlier tomorrow. If the Mariners are playing AL wildcard game, I would like to watch that. But that's for another day. They got to get there first. But we will see. Paul, what are you looking forward to this final week?
Well, obviously, my hoodie might tell you a little bit what, go Yankees. Anyway.
Full cheater.
You know how to take the winds out of a sail, don't you?
Did you hear Mike Trout says Ohtani should win MVP? Not only did Mike Trout say that, but they called Mike Trout the GOAT. They said the GOAT says he should win MVP.
Who said this?
I think MLB Instagram. They said the GOAT says he should win MVP. The GOAT.
Oh, my God. I can't stand these people and Mike Trout. Anyway. Ohtani should be MVP.
But the GOAT says it.
Nick, I'm going to throw this mouse at you.
For Jeter.
Anyway, I'm looking forward to, obviously, playoff baseball. It's one of the best things out there, and the race to it's going to be really exciting this year. Obviously, there's possibilities of game 163s, but we'll see if that actually happens. But yeah, obviously, I really do want to see the Mariners win. They're a fun team to watch. Certainly a team I thought could make some noise in the West, and they certainly are doing it. So Going to be fun. There are a lot of good young faces on that team that America needs to know about moving forward, because they all should be, faces of the game here within the next couple of years. The NL side of things, I'm looking forward to some of the stuff over there. Obviously, the West will be decided this week, and certainly the East as well. Big matchup going on, obviously, between the Braves and Phillies right now. Even that will
good pitching matchup tonight, too.
It was Wheeler and Morton. So a lot of great. I mean, if you're a baseball fan, this is what you exactly hope for, right? Coming down the stretch, literally last week of the regular season, spots up for grabs, and just going into playoff baseball. I mean, hey, live and die. It's time to put up or shut up. So I'm looking forward to it all. Obviously, too, this is, an underrated part, and this is for a lot of guys, both players and, say, coaching staffs. This is your last week to kind of prove yourself for next year for maybe the team that you're currently on if you're not making the playoffs, right? Obviously, some teams, for instance, Nick, like the Pirates, they know what their plan is moving forward. They're not going to move on from Shelton, really any of the guys in that core that they're going to do. But say like the Diamondbacks, right? I know Luivo got contract extension through next year's option got picked up. But there are a lot of guys on that team. Say a guy like a Christian Walker, right, who was once a top prospect. And things haven't exactly worked out as well as you'd hope at the big league level. This is maybe your last shot here to show the Diamondbacks that you're worth holding on to be a part of that future, to be a part of that process going forward. So a lot of fun stuff going on there as well, not just the playoff races.
Yeah, and the first pick as well.
Yeah.
That was a big
down to it.
Big win for the Orioles tonight, so the Diamondback fans are getting a little excited. Mm-hmm. Pirates have won too many series, but the Pirates did win tonight.
Pirates just need to get some freaking pitch. I feel like I've been saying that all year, but if they just got some pitching, I feel like they'd be in
a lot of these guys are not going to be part of the future, but shout out to Bradenton Marauders winning the Low A Southeast Championship. Swept Tampa.
The Tampa Tarpons.
Swept them. And our High A team, Greensboro, in a decisive Game 5 in the championship tonight. Doesn't look like they're going to be Bowling Green, Tampa Bay's team. But they were up 2-1, and they got a lot of good players on the team. So, good to see the young miners winning, being in some championship games, winning some. But, yeah, I'm excited.
Of course, good news next year, Nick. The Indianapolis Indians should be coming back this way as they still working with a modified minor league schedule for next year, but back to a bit of normalcy.
Yeah, so. I like to see him back here. Mm-hmm. Every time I try to catch him in Syracuse or Rochester, always a pleasure. I always remember I watched McCutcheon at Syracuse. Jack Wilson was on rehab that night. It was pretty cool. Pretty good ticket. But, yeah.
All right. Wraps up the show for today. We appreciate everybody tuning in and listening, no matter where you are. Nick, who are you shouting out this week?
I'm shouting out a man named Dana Darrell. He is my commissioner of my fantasy soccer league.
Wait, what?
Yep, I play fantasy soccer on Fantrax.com, and he is the commissioner. My college roommate Tyler Albo got me into this league. He knows Dana. I don't know Dana personally, but I know him on Facebook, and I've talked to him because of the league. He wanted me to shout him out this week because he's an Oregon State Beavers fan, and he doesn't like USC, and I don't like USC either, and he wanted me to shout out Oregon State and himself. So shout out Dana. You're a great commissioner in my fantasy soccer league, and shout out Oregon State Beavers. Getting the big win over USC last week.
Well, today I learned that there's fantasy soccer.
Yeah, come on up. Come on aboard.
No, I'm good. I don't know.
I'm 1-4. I'm struggling.
All right, bye, Nick.
See you next time.
All right, everybody, like, share, subscribe, all the fun stuff to help Finger Lakes want to help us out. We appreciate it. We'll catch you guys here, as Nick said, some point next week. I mean, if the Mariners are playing, I think we're going to watch. So thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week.